A woman came home expecting a package on her front porch, but what she found was much more surprising. Supplemental funding is an additional amount that schools get if they have students that are low income, foster, or English learners. Now, if 55% of those students are supplemental kids, then the school district gets additional funding. He said electric chargers like this one aren't as efficient as they could be, saying that 1 hour of charging only gives you about 25 miles. It takes a lot of work to put together a documentary. Ellie spent 6 months alone researching and endless hours writing and editing.
Put them back in the trailer and then we'll drop them.
At each work site, they take time to set up, which can be the most dangerous part of the job.
A lot of close calls.
5, 10, 15 minutes go by just to create a barrier.
Besides the delineation and the signs, and we have to watch over ourselves.
City street maintenance workers say it doesn't necessarily matter what they do because some drivers don't pay attention.
You see them come by where they're either texting or talking on their phones, not paying attention, and hitting the delineators, coming into our delineation, or having to slam on the brakes at the last minute.
And the stakes are high.
What can take maybe a minute for them to find a place for them to park and text or call can take either one of our lives.
In 2012, 6 road workers were killed in California while working on roadways. Here in Bakersfield, 3 city employees have been hit by vehicles in the past 35 years.
A car is no different than a loaded gun if you think of it that way. You know, you could take somebody's life in a blink of an eye.
That's what has road crews asking drivers to simply pay attention.
You guys be safe, respect the workers, and appreciate the work we try to do for the community.
Knowing they provide a service every community uses. City officials say Valley Parks become extremely messy after big holidays.
Ridiculous.
People like Jerry who frequent the park agree.
I mean, it's like people just don't care because I guess they feel they can't make a mess at home. They just come to the park to make a mess.
First-time visitors from out of town were shocked, saying this wouldn't happen where they're from.
We really have kind of this social pressure to make sure we're cleaning up after one another. So if someone left garbage on the ground, they'd probably say, "Hey, are you going to take that out of here?"
But the city park workers had some help from the little boys and girls from Take Care Daycare.
Well, first we were coming out to play, but they wanted to start cleaning up the park because they thought it was dirty.
I caught the ribbon!
And that turned into a scavenger hunt of sorts.
Let's get every bit of it. That would be awesome.
Where they turned trash into treasure. With tools like paper, glue, and markers, the kids got to work and let their creativity flow.
How do you want to make this egg monster? Hey, here.
In the end, creating things like a bunny, a snake, and an egg monster.
You can make it useful. It's called recycling.
While this trash will be cleaned up later today, officials are concerned about next month, where a lot of people come to the park for Mother's Day.
It's awesome. It's super fun.
While the kids enjoyed picking up,
I would like if the whole world did do it.
They hope more people will do their part in the future. When you first see Taft,
we're mainly, down-home folk, working folks.
You can't help but think it's a small town.
That's usually when I do my visiting. That's funny. It's either Albertson or Kmart.
When Brian Oliver walked into Taft High School with a shotgun, the entire community felt it.
What was it like in this town?
Chaos.
2 years later, some say the town forgot about it, while others say they just pushed it out of their minds.
Being in a war zone, when you come back home, you don't want to talk about it.
The high schoolers will never forget.
I try not to think about it, but the first night when I came home from it, I had nightmares. My mom woke me up twice, and it was kind of a horrible experience to dream it and think that you're in the classroom. So
Vanessa Stevens is receiving counseling for bullying and for what happened 2 years ago.
The school, it's like protecting us now. If you need to walk out, they have the doors to open it and close it, and whoever walks in, they check in.
For the family of the accused bully,
it hurt the family that their son would be painted in such a way, especially when it's just downright false.
They're relieved it's over, but don't think they got justice.
It's a shame it happened, whether he was bullied or whatever. People have to learn that's a fact of life.
Though in a tragedy like this, there is no justice. Cassie Carlisle, 23, ABC.